Welcome, one and all, to yet another interesting session of the Learning Hour. Today's session is special um, in a way because we have our first guest speaker who is not a Learners Conclave member yet. So, yes, but I'm sure his personality is something that will draw all of you all towards him. So, here, our facilitator this evening, Deepinder Singh Chawla, and the interesting topic that we're talking about is content ideation and creation. So, to give a small brief, okay, small and brief is the same, but a brief about our facilitator. He's a seasoned L&D professional with more than 14 years of experience in corporate training, chiefly in the financial markets, insurance, soft skills, TTTs, sales and process training, etc. He is a certified instructional designer and content developer. So this is in short, and of course, Deepinder is now all set to take on the stage, and then of course he can give another introduction of himself and begin with this wonderful hour that we are going to be together learning and gaining. So welcome, Deepinder, and welcome all of you to the Learning Hour.
Thank you
Please
so
continue,
much.
Deepinder. Yeah.
Thank you, Elroy. And I, with all humbleness, thank you for the introduction. I welcome all the participants in this session. I firmly believe that anybody who has come to my session has invested some time of his life, and it is my duty that he or she at least has the liberty or the leverage of taking at least one or two learnings from my session that remains valid for the entire life. My name is Deepinder Singh Chawla. I belong to a small city called Shri Ganganagar, Rajasthan, and I've been living away from my family for the last 20 years on basis of my education and professional work. I did my MBA from London, and I'm a double graduate, and I've been into the training fraternity since 2001. So most of my life has been devoted into training and development, and I'd like to, do whatever maximum that is possible from my end to make you learn, to make me learn what the maximum possible extent in this limited time frame a person can do. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Is there somebody who cannot still hear me?
It's loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I've just shared a small screen. I've worked as an assistant general manager with an e-commerce company earlier. Uh, MBA, MA, Bachelor in Hotel Management, Tourism Studies. These are my credentials. So I think you guys can always have a look at this. Uh, I would request everyone to please keep a paper and a pen handy with you. If you guys have a laptop or an iPad with you, please keep your notepad screen already on so that you can scribble, you can jot down a point, and of course at the end of the session, we'll be able to you know get into the question answer mode. First and foremost, before I start a session, there'll be a few expectations, few ground realities. Please accept my humble apologies if I'm being a little harsh at sometimes. My session would not be a session which is uh, let's say a tableau menu or a pre-planned session or something which is available on the platter to munch upon. I'll tell you the reason behind it. And my experience of hiring trainers, interviewing trainers, there's one common thing that I've come across. People, especially with contenters, sir, slide mil jayegi, content ready-made hoga. Can you share that immediately so that I can run through it? And most of the trainers, I used to have this habit. I would include myself also. I'm not aloof for it. We are so hungry to have hard disk filled with content, with shelves filled with participant handouts. The moment we try to have this approach, we might have a quick ready-made 2 minutes Maggie noodle attached to it, but this would kill our own innovation and creativity. So in this session, rather than me going into a download mode to everybody. This will be a very, very interactive and a very, very, uh, two-way kind of a communication session where I would poke into everybody using this Zoom meeting. I would ask questions randomly to people so that we both are having a mutual conversation. So is this expectation easy with everyone? Anybody having this apprehension that no, this is not, we would like to have a slide on the screen? Anybody can quickly put in a chat if that is the case, or it's a yes. Okay, so I think Ganesh, no issues, perfect, sir. Okay, fair enough. So fine, yes, for sounds good, perfect, great. Thank you so much. Thank you for the humble acceptance. Thank you so much. Now, the topic for today is content ideation and creation. Before I even move into this, content ideation, and before I even show you the slides which I've been making for so many years, what I want I want you guys to do is quickly join me. I'm going to give you a small exercise, and I'll be using my stopwatch. I'll give you 1 minute, every one of you, to do this exercise with me. This is one of the aspects which I'm doing it with my fellow trainers, all of you. One of the aspects of VAK, VAK. I hope you guys know the concept of VAK, video, audio, and kinesis. So I might or might not share a video with you, but audio, you're listening to me. Kinesis is the form of kinetic energy, and I would like every one of us to get into a kinetic energy mode. I want you to scribble down, think of it. Yeah, visual, ordinary, kinesthetic. Yes, that's kinesthetic is a part of kinetic energy. We have to do an energy potential and kinetic. And scribble something the moment I say pens, start writing down. And the moment I say pens down, so that will be something which I'll be giving you, of course, using a timer. So the topic for everybody to write away, scribble on, thought on, write down your is morning walk, and your time starts now. It is 7:38 as per my watch. Please think of anything to anything that you can write down. 1 minute for everybody. Okay, can you please speak a bit louder? I gave a topic to everyone. Thanks, Anuradha, for the feedback. The topic for everyone is morning walk. You have 1 minute to think, write, put it in your mind, whatever that you can think of speaking about morning walk. I'll give you 20 seconds extras, everyone. So I'm going to start my reverse timer now. The reverse countdown will start shortly. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Now, okay, Aditya, hold your horses. Thank you, thank you. Don't type anything down. Now, there are approximately 84 participants. I would request you to write just 1 point. 84 participants. I need 84 points, and you can start typing in your chat box. For example, before you start typing, morning walk, one participant would say, good health. Ketan, you have something to say? You raised your hand. Ketan, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so 1 point from everybody. Refreshing, discipline, energy, pumped up, connection with nature, good exercise, ritual, jogging shoes, energetic. Me time, good. Positivity, dream, calories to burn, improve, beautiful, mindfulness. Okay, silence, calming effect, nature, watching birds, new thoughts, get away from daily harm, silence, okay. Okay, sunrise, great. Freshness, energetic, still a dream, helps you physically fit, relaxation, okay. Fresh air, okay. Smiling, that's good. Awareness, music, calmness of mind and body, birds chirping, great. Thank you. Thank you. Is that all? 82 participants. Is that all? Anybody wants to add something more? Almonds, lazy, fresh breath, exercise, positive begin, people around us, exhilaration, dream now. Okay, fair enough. Recharge. I do not go. Talk to nature. Another 10 seconds. Anything else? And now the ground rule is very clear. So if somebody has written silence, you cannot write silence. If somebody has written freshness, you cannot write freshness. If somebody has written start of the day or physical fitness, you cannot write that point. Okay, happiness. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Uh, People who want to go and unmute and ask a question. I think, Ketan, you raised a hand. Is there something, Ketan, I can address right now? Okay. Now, thank you so much for your response. I can see from whatever is written in the chat, most of it falls into one category, which is called fitness, your greenery, your fresh mind, etc., etc. Somebody said it's chirping of birds. Beyond a certain point, everybody of you has already typed. Uh, it becomes repetitive. We see, अरे हाँ यार ये point तो बोला हुआ. So now the 89 participants again. Now again, since you have typed everything, I invite fresh points which were not there written earlier. No repetitions. The form is open to anybody to chat. There's traffic, laziness is done again. Can we have others to be on mute? Yes, somebody needs to be on mute. There's disturbance. New friends. Music is done. Children playing. Okay. Difficult is done. I don't go. Tired is done. Sportswear, sports shoes has come. Visualization has come. Meeting friends has come. Selfies has not come. Good. Habit. Okay. Unable to go to walk down morning walk. Motivates me. Positivity has come. Due has not come. Okay. So creativity, burn calories has come. Laughter club with senior citizen. Okay. Again, mind, body, and soul. Last 10 seconds for you when I say now to include any points which have not been included at this point of time. Last 10 seconds. Please do not repeat. Greenery, etc. It's all been done. Mentally healthy, physical, sports shoes have come. Gentle breeze, yes. Rainy walk. Walking with spouse has not come. Okay. Pushing self has come. Fitness, metabolism, fitness. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience, for participating it. Now, you and me, this happens to everybody. Criminal Minds goes to walk for a survey to workers for the next loot. Oh my God, this is dangerous. Aditya Mahatre. Okay, this is a dangerous thought.
So that's a
Sunrise is
small
good.
contribution for an unusual point.
Unusual point. Okay. Thanks, Aditya. Now, this happens with everybody, my dear friend. Every of the trainers that I've trained, so many trainers that have done a TTT, at certain point of time when we are designing a content, we ran out of thoughts. And supporting my earlier documents, sir, slide hogi, PPT hogi, that is the reason we Google. That is the reason we go for Wikipedias. That is the reason अरे presentation बनानी है कैसे बनाऊं? The easy way, Google Baba. But the creativity goes for a toss. Would all of us in this training fraternity, 90 participants as of now, would you guys be interested if I give you a formula which stays for you throughout your life, no matter I live or I don't live, we live on, after a certain 20, 50, 100 years, none of us are there in this earth, but the formula stays. The formula can be, transferred to your kids, to your generations. Would you guys be interested? Okay, yes. What if I tell you that this formula can be edited, modulated, refined, and customized as per your own choice? Would you be interested? Okay. What if this formula can be used for the younger generations, for the kindergarten kids or graduates or 12th or 10th or anybody in this world? You give this formula, and I will give you my personal guarantee that this person would never run out of thoughts. Would you be interested? Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for your response. Let me share something which I tend to design, but I'm just going to show you the slide. Let me come to this. Are you guys able to see that screen? Are you guys able to
Yes,
see
sir.
the popcorn and pop bean effect? Forget the earlier
Yes.
slides. I
Yes.
would come to the slides later on. Just to spill out a small secret. Whenever you are doing a presentation ever in life, and that is especially on creation and design of content, never ever in life start with a structure slide. This is slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Never ever do it. The way I try to create a suspense, create an awareness, create an interest. What is this popcorn? What is this pop bean? What is the hell this formula Deepinder is talking about? Come to a suspense or an icebreaker or a curiosity window, which I'm trying to do on the basis of my experience. And once you're done with it, once the effectiveness of that is being validated in a training session, then you can come to the earlier slide that look, this is how should slide, write a slide. I think a good trainer is somebody who would create an initial interest, a curiosity, and then come that okay, this is the format and all that. I hope you agree with what I'm trying to say. So can I spill the beans? Can I tell what is this popcorn and pop beans about? You can type. Is anybody able to guess any answers? By the way, you can write it down on your scribble pad, but write it down in a vertical manner. Popcorn, because I would ask you to write something in front of this P. You can write it down. I'll give you 20 seconds to do it, please. Everybody, you can do it. Elroy, I hope I'm not being a little fast. Is it okay?
I guess it's good. I mean, people are, if you're fast or slow, they'll inform you. Don't worry about that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so
Look at
eager to learn. Thank you. Eager to learn. So, whenever we are given a topic or we are content developers, pop beans, I will focus first, then I'll come to popcorn. The topic was morning walk. So, the first P, please type in yes if everybody is ready with the scribble pads. If they're written pop bean and popcorn, I hope they say yes. Quickly do that for me. Yes, yes. Sadaf Sheetal says yes. Yes, 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 yes. Francis Mohammed Sadiq, yes. I assume everybody is written. The first P stands for people associated with morning walk. POPBEANS. 7 to 8 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Approximately 7 to 8 words. I'll give you one P where you will have at least 3 or 4 points to cover in this first P, which is people. So if I have to tell something about morning walk, let me cover the people associated with morning walk. Who are the people associated with morning walk? People who are preparing for their tournaments, athletes, people like me who like working out, going to the gym, going to the nearest gymnasium center, people who like to go for a morning walk, jogging, slow jogger, brisk joggers, people associated with religious sentiments, people going to temples, church, mosque, gurdwara, people who are leaving their kids to a nearest school bus because the bus is about to reach, especially grandparents, people going to a nearest mother dairy booth or any milk booths nearby to purchase, people who go for meditation, people who have muscular injuries, who have been advised to, go for an early walk so that they can have a better life. People who belong to a certain profession, army, and most of the army jawans are made for a particular, that's not a morning walk for them, that's a mandatory walk for them, especially on high altitudes, because in high altitudes there's less of oxygen. They are trained in high altitudes so the body produce more RBCs, red blood cells, so that by the time they come to their base, army base, whether it's in Delhi, Hyderabad or something, their body is already being pumped up. The body has more RBCs, that means more oxygen, so that they can have any combat situation. So you can have n number of people associated with morning walk. You can use a scribble pad and explore it after the session. O. O orders stands for order of events. Any content design, anything for content has to have a specific order or a sequence. The order here word stands for hierarchy. The S in pop bean stands for sequence. For example, there is a sequence to prepare tea. You put a utensil, you put water, you boil water, then you put the tea into it, then you put maybe sugar, milk. So there has to be some order and sequence to event. I think
You are
somebody has to go on mute. I would request somebody has to go on mute. There's some disturbance from one or two individual users. Please go on mute. The next stands for places associated with morning walk. The places, as I told, could be a nearby park, it could be a gymnasium, could be a nearest mother dairy booth, could be any place which is associated within your vicinity, because you don't go 20 miles away for a morning walk. So any place within the vicinity where you start a morning walk and you end a morning walk. B. B stands for beauty or blacklisting. When you design content, you have to be very, very clear in your head. In today's world, which is so full of viral videos, once one small, somebody has to go on mute, please. Can I request? Okay. Some particular person in this viral world, whether it's an actor or politician, one small word he utters out casually in his in non-challenge mood, and he's either blacklisted or there's trolls running up. Trolls running up, right? So beauty in a presentation. If I have to tell something about a morning walk, the morning walk could be early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. The use of a proverb, right? Blacklisting is avoid anything in your content which could spark a controversy. It could be religious sentiments, it could be some sentiments related to a special character, person, place. Please avoid that, because that one poison pill could ruin your entire hard work in this content creation for a presentation. E. E stands for enthusiasm. It is not the training delivery, it is the effect. Enthusiasm oblique effect. When you design a content, do you have smileys into it? Do you have that pictorial effect into it? Do you have custom animation into it? Do you have sound into it? That enthusiasm or an effect makes a lot of wonder when a content developer creates a content and the same content is being delivered by another trainer. If patriotism was a subject and me and you was supposed to deliver on patriotism, our voices could be different. But give this topic of patriotism to an army officer, he'll be on the top of his voice with that enthu factor into it. I love my country, my regiment, and all that. The moment I'm using this word, my voice is intonating, the voice intonation. So when you say enthusiasm, you see my face getting enthusiasm factor into it. That is something which has to be present in the content, either in a form of a bold or some kind of a different font, or it could also be in a training delivery. A stands for ambience. I would appreciate, a couple of people who write chirping of birds. So ambience is I would ask everybody to close their eyes for a particular minute. Please close your eyes. Everyone. You can start your videos and close your eyes. You can start your video, but you can close your eyes. Okay. Morning walk. Morning walk, I think, is the most blessed form of exercise that could happen to a human being. Imagine waking up early, the way the sun is rising, and you're able to see a sun and do a Surya Namaskar. You can hear the brooming sound of sweepers brooming the streets, the starting of engines of cars, the morning hustle and bustle, the cleaning activities, the whistle in pressure cookers, the breakfast being prepared, the chirping of birds, the chirping of the ringing of temple bells. Please open your eyes. Please type in the chat box. When I was trying to tell this morning walk for a couple of seconds, did it create a virtual picture in your mind because your eyes were closed? You can type yes or no. It did. Yes, please. Yes. So that is the kind of effect. That is the kind of enthusiasm. That's the kind of voice modulation I was referring to. E effect, enthusiasm, ambience. N is for number. Can anybody guess N for? Any idea? N. N stands for number. Number stands for no, it is not the number of slides. No, no, it is not the number of slides. Number of yes. No, it is not the number of yes. N stands for number, data, validation. If in morning walk I say, as per Times of India, let's say 1500 to 2000 people on an everyday basis go for a morning walk, it validates my presentation. It says, as per Wikipedia, number of morning walk users are this in the entire world. Nobody can question my presentation. Or even if they try to, and good content developers, they keep a small line at the end of the slide, source XYZ. Guys, are you with me? Are you resonated? Do you agree what I'm trying to tell you? You can just type yes or no. I'll wait for all the people. Joshism raises a hand. Joshism, you can go and unmute and tell me. I think there's a yes from a lot of people. Uh, Somebody raise a hand. You have a question. I would love to answer that. Definitely yes, yes, yes for so many people. There's a thumbs up for Mayur Nagpur. Thank you. So till this point of time, we were able to do an ideation if we were given a topic ever in our life. You can have pop beans, popcorn. You can have popcorn, C as in creativity. Now, what I want you to do is, there's so many names. There are approximately 94 participants in the same paper, using a paper and pen. Write your name. For example, if I have to write Deepinder, my name. Sulabha Jerome, I'll just come to you. Write your name and uh, expand it. For example, if I have to write Deepinder, D for dynamic, what is dynamic in a presentation? E for enthusiasm, E for energy, P for presentation skills, I for inquisity. So I think somebody had a question. Sulbha Jerome, please go on unmute and you can ask a question while the rest of the participant can write their name and expand it.
Right.
Sulbha,
So this is Shudipto Bhattacharya. You might be surprised seeing, hearing a male voice. We both
okay,
are
okay.
participating side by side.
Can you
Uh,
just start your video, sir? Can I see you, please, if that's possible? I am not able. I'm just
okay,
able to see a yes.
this
I'm
is
okay. Thank you, sir. Your
okay.
question, please.
Yeah. So as you told that, well, it has to start from people associated. I think.
No, 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 no. It doesn't have to start with people associated. It is one of the points. You can have places also as a sequence. You can have people also. Okay.
Or can it start with a fact, maybe an astonishing fact that will actually get the attraction of people,
Okay. Okay.
maybe towards the subject.
I hope most of the people, Elroy, please correct me if I'm wrong. It's a very valid question. Elroy, I hope most of the people can understand Hindi and English both. So answering your question, sir, one way of answering your question is, you said fact. Let me add one step ahead to the fact. If I have to start this presentation, गिरते हैं शह सवार मैदाने जंग में, वो तुफ्र क्या गिरे जो घुटनों के बल चले. Right? Right? So I'm
Right.
not talking about morning walk. I'm not talking about obesity. I'm not talking about a regular habit. All I'm saying is I'm using a proverb or something. I'm using a shero shairi. Guys, I'm doing a mentoring session on morning walk with you. Today is the first session. गिरते हैं शह सवार मैदाने जंग में. It is only the people who have the capability to ride a horse, or to have the courage to come in the battlefield. Only those people would have the liberty of falling down in the battlefield. वो तुफ्र क्या गिरे जो घुटनों के बल चले. Who the hell will fall if he doesn't have the courage, and he has only the courage to crawl on his own knees? Will that guy ever even fight in a battlefield? No. So if this is my jazba, this is my josh, can I have a mentoring session for you on morning walk? Can we have the josh that today we have taken a pledge that we will do a mentorship program on morning walk, and then maybe I can start a morning walk? Answering the second part of the question to you, guys, do you know, as per World Health Organization, people who go on morning walk have X% of chances getting lesser heart disease, etc., etc., or have better longevity? You start with the fact, and then you can come to a popcorn. So I think I've tried to answer your question. The rest of the audience can put a yes or no, agree or disagree with whatever that
Sure.
I've tried. So
My clarity, I have got my clarity.
thank you.
Thank you
Any
so
other
much.
question? Any other question from anybody? Guys, are you enjoying the session, or it's too boring? I can wind it off also. That's okay.
Deepinder, just one quick recap of pop beans. Someone has asked
Okay.
for it, so if you can just
Okay. I would do it. So can I know the person who's asked for it? Can I have him on the video screen, please? Uh,
who had
Elroy,
asked,
can you?
who had asked for it. That's why I'm just checking.
I would request that participant to just come on the video.
Girish Bankar.
Girish, can we have you on screen, please?
Sir, I'm here. I just wanted to recap, but I think someone helped us. I
Oh,
think it was
okay.
uh,
Okay, just to tell you, places
yeah.
associated with morning walk, order of the events, hierarchy of the events. Another is, so the first one is people, second is order, third is places. Pop beans, beauty or blacklisting. How do you beautify your content or presentation? How you blacklist? I can write this, but it might evoke a controversy. Let me avoid it. I will not write it. Right? And pop, BEANS. E for enthusiasm, E for effects in a presentation, your custom effects, etc., etc. A for ambience, chirping of birds, ringing of temple bells, the entire fresh air, the way I tried. N for number, any validation number associated with your presentation. S for the sequence of event. Morning walk starts from home and ends at home as well. So,
Thank you,
guys,
Deepinder sir, for the recap, and thank you, Manisha, as well, for writing the entire list down. Thank you so
you're
much.
welcome, sir. So, guys, so far so good. Participants, 97 participants, enjoying. I hope I'm not getting it too boring for you. Okay, my voice is breaking. Is it better now? Guys, your feedback, good, bad, ugly, agree, disagree, even disagree also with me. That's okay.
So it's clear. I mean, it's not really breaking. So I think it's a local internet issue.
Okay,
The
internet
voice
issue.
is
It
absolutely
happens.
sound.
Okay, so now, guys, Elroy, how much time do I have now? It's 8:05.
So up to 8:30 is good enough,
Okay.
or till the time they want to learn, whichever is earlier.
Okay, so
This
guys,
is this is a subject where the learning aptitude will never go away, right? If you want to continue, we are ready to sit.
okay, so guys, this is one small drop of an ocean of one of my, topics which I did. The larger picture is called facilitation skills. Most of the trainers please don't get offended anybody. I'm too a junior person, too humble a person, but this is my personal experience. There is a difference between public speaking, mentoring, effective speaking, being a trainer, being a mentor, and most of us believe if we can read a slide, if we can speak, we are a trainer. No, that is incorrect. Slides, PPTs are just helping aids. I think in 2001, my boss told me, Deepinder, if you want to join training and development, you are the message. The trainer is the message. If there's no slide, if there's no sound, I did my trainings with bare chalk and blackboards at remotest areas of the world, of India as well. I've been training in Malaysia and London also to people who don't know my accent. I prepared myself to be adaptable to a British accent or American accent. So my message to everybody, if you want to get into content designing, you are the message, irrespective whether you are delivering the session or not. It should be visibly clear that the content is designed by a professional. Now, with that mind, I'm going to share you a slide. This is again an iceberg of which I do, but this is one of the standard operating procedures which I follow. This is in my blood. I take so many years to follow this. This is one part of the standardization. If you have your own customization or standardization, uh, this is entirely up to you. So now, after spending, I think, more than half an hour with my, earlier said, I told you never just come to your topic with a slide. It's just like, grabbing something and vomiting it out. Now I've spent almost half an hour, 40 minutes. Now let me show you what exactly is this program on content ideation and creation. So this is what my boss and my mentors told me. Deepinder, ever in life you want to do a presentation, never ever come straight to the topic. So guys, if are you able to see a content ideation and creation slide in front of you? Please type a
Yes.
yes or no. Okay, everybody's able to see it. You can just type in chat. I'll wait for everybody because I don't want anybody to just, if you're able to see content ideation and creation slide, I will wait for a yes. Why yes? So yes, yes. Okay, Dr. Sanjay Manocha, yes. Galaxy on NXT to everyone. Shraddha Agrawal, yes. Sudeep Banerjee. Okay, Mohammed Sadiq. Anuradha, okay. Satish, RPP, Shakila, Preeti Kaushal, Nishant, Felix. Okay, can we proceed? Divya Doshi, yes. Now, if you analyze this, there's a certain, font size and a certain font pattern associated with it. I use a rising sun as a background because I believe sun is the only source of energy giving source to all the other planets. It is one of the positivity factors which I use as a watermark in my slides. You can have your own positivity created. I am a very strong person. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe The Secret is not just a movie. It works. So your background could only be for you also without the audience knowing it. I've given you one of my great secrets. Detailed presentation. It would not be detailed, it will be just a glimpse for you guys. If you understand, it is VER, that stands for version. Every good content developer should have a version control. It's version 1.0. We call it 1.0 also. In American English, we don't have a zero. So they call it 1.0, 20, April 2020. You want, you can have the dates also. And the presenter, Deepinder Singh Chawla. This is the first ground standard rule which I follow. This slide would never have a slide number ever in life. So can I move further? This is the nitty-gritties of the slides, the slide one which I did. This is your title slide. and avoid any, good teddy bear, or just keep it very simple. Follow the KISS principle. Keep it short and simple here. Although at point of explaining, I can do it. So I'm moving further. The second slide. Although there's a program objective slide in it, this is one of the powerful rules of content. I cannot, do it another 15-20 minutes. Most of the people don't know what's a program objective slide. Most of the people don't know that if we write this program objective is to explore, to understand, to implement, these are different forms of words, verbs, preposition, adjective, whatever they call it. But the entire program becomes different if I write this slide is to explore the participants. How much do they know about content creation or content design or content ideation? If I use the word, this program is objective is to understand the participants, the basic of content creation and design or content ideation, the entire program theme becomes different. People who are seasoned content developers or learning and development professionals would understand it using a program objective. You should be very crystal clear in this slide. I usually use the 5S, 5W or 6W and 1H principle in class 8th NCERT book. This is called, any guesses? This method is called, you can type in if anybody knows it. This method is called the scientific approach. And this is how scientists across the world or people across the world at one point of time came to know that the earth, the sun does not move around the earth as said by Copernicus. Galileo, after the invent of telescope, they said, oh my god, it is we all planets revolving around the city. 5W or 6W and 1H. What, when, who, where, why, and of course the benefits. The benefits is more of a fab effect. Feature, advantage, and benefit. What is content? Your program objective anyway should always have content. सबसे पहले किसने word use किया था? And trust me guys, it is content. It is not content, which 99% of people say. Content means satisfaction. I'm content with the spice in the food. I'm content with my job. Content means satisfaction. I'm content with my life. It is always content. The right pronunciation. Origin. Who is using the word content in today's world? Where to access it? Now for this you can always Google. But Google on the relevant websites. Sites like Wikipedia which have something to prove upon. Or the first journal on content. Why is important? Benefits of content ideation and creation I've already gone through it. Now the program aims at definition, origin, uses, benefits, and applicability of content ideation and creation. Importance of above. How to get instant ideas on any topic instantly. I explained you the pop bean and popcorn concept. How to sequentially arrange your ideas in a presentation topic. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you an actual slide which I prepared. How to present your topic using the above points. The empowering word should be very clear because this empowering word will be able to gauge the efficacy of your program. You want to measure how did the program go? The participant should be able to understand the practical aspects. So if I did a content ideation and content creation program in a training organization or in my organization as a TTD with my trainers, I'll have my own tools after 10 days. I'll have a mystery shopping. I'll have a pseudo analysis with people that before my session, how did you used to do content, and after my session, are they using my methodology? And you should have a black and white picture. Trainers who do not have a black and white data to support that prior to their training session and after their training session, this is something they're able to validate, would have no efficacies or measurements of their training. Now somebody will ask me, sir, हम इसको measure कैसे करेंगे? I'll give you one method of doing it. This is just one small bit of content ideation and creation. I did a full-fledged program on content ideation and facilitation skills. Now I'll go to one trainer, without informing him, or I'll send one of the person. This is called mystery shopping. The person would not identify himself that he's from Deepinder Singh Chawla, and the person will go as a pseudo customer to that particular trainer, and he'll say, "Sir, you are a great person. You are a great mentor, and I got to know that you know how to design a content. I need to design a content. Can you do quickly help me design a content?" The person will be my representative, and the other trainer will be designing content right in front of him, thinking that he's a student. And that particular person, that student of him, my representative, will give me a feedback that he started his slide. This is the first thing which he did. This is the second step. This is the third step. I'll get my data. I'll understand whether my particular trainer has implemented my training session, or was it a waste of time for me, or he think ठीक है, another program हो गया and just forget it about it. This one of this method is called mystery shopping. So the empowering thing is a trainer's responsibility. That is my responsibility, because you do millions of sessions and people do not take one thing out of it. I don't think they're going to make the scope of the training. The next slide should be very clear. आप ये training program किस किस के लिए करवा रहे हो? Your training program should not be a freebie to anybody or everybody ever in life. It has to have a meaning. It has to be targeting on certain, audience, and this is how to go. So I gave a morning walk, and this is what I do. Key observation, pop beans, right? Now I'm going to show you an actual presentation which I made from one of my, uh, clients, I would say. And let me check if you can, understand it.
Deepinder, can you take a question now, or you want to take questions at the end?
Is it regarding the same? I can take a quick question, please.
Sheetal
Please
Kazi had raised a hand because she had a question.
Sheetal, please, my humble apologies. I was not able to see that. My apologies. Please go on, ma'am. Please.
Well, hi, Deepinder. I have a question on the first slide where you showed version.
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever we make any changes to the same content, then the version changes?
Okay. The best, this is what I follow. What you need to do is, when there's a second content, I don't know how much have you worked on learning management system. If it is an LMS or a learning management system, in a SAP Success Factor LMS platform, when you do a version updation, it goes to the employee IDs of other people. Version control updated, second version uploaded, employee can download for a certain platform. One way of doing it. If you do not have an LMS and you are manually sending it, you should design a mail and send it across to all the relevant participants who have attended your program earlier. The mail should be, "Dear all, thank you for your enthusiastic presentation, participation in the earlier program. With respect to it, we have made some changes in the presentation." This usually applies to ERPs, enterprise resource planning, like Navision, like Microsoft, work orders, purchase orders, anything which has a regulatory change, anything which has related to finance or laws, so that people do not follow the earlier process. And when you send a mail like this, attach the version to one presentation. The version one should be separately saved in your folder, because if one of the participants says, "Sir, can you send me the earlier presentation? I just need to cross check." So you send him the earlier presentation in response to his mail. And you can also have a better way of doing it. Prepare a small PPT with 2 tables: earlier presentation, key points, tuck, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. New version control, version 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and the points of comparison.
Right.
Does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, that's great. So guys, I think I'm just on time. I'm showing you one presentation.
Okay, and another thing about popcorn, is that going to be done later, or
popcorn is just a version of, you can see, you can do C for clarity. You can, as I said, like your name also, ELROY. You can have E for enthusiasm, L for learning, R for redundancies, O for anything which comes in new order. So I gave an example of pop beans. You can design anything or anything from it.
Okay.
right? Okay. Guys, are you able to see an AWS cloud computing screen in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. Sheetal, this question might be having to your question as well. Usually, the brand of the organization should be on the top right hand side corner. The top, we write from left to right. We're not writing in Urdu. We are
Hmm.
Indians, right?
Right.
So have your brand space occupied, especially in the top right hand side corner, and rest of the space save for your presentation. So this is one of the presentation, the same concept. Can you see that? Scope, case study. This is hyperlink, uh, video, audio, and kinesis. So key observation. I give a case study. Then I have a video of Sylvester Stallone. It's more of cloud computing. This is from the movie Creed. So can you see? And trust me, if you're on content design and content creation, you should have smart art as much as possible. I just have three broad, blue colored, icons from Smart Arts. Can you see this? The next various cloud computing. So you should have creativity, right? As less as possible. This is a screenshot of Amazon, services. This is how it should be. The use of hierarchy. This is one of the versions which I gave because one of the clients needed it. So this is ideally you should it. Before a thank you, if you want to have a recap slide, entirely your choice, but it was more of a demand one. So I think any further question, anything on chat? Okay. Guys, this was one of the iceberg, as I told earlier. Facilitation skill is a huge program which I can run for you guys on the basis of the demand which comes on. Okay, so Jaideep has given something. Popcorn means Mohammed Sadiq. Popcorn is, again, people, order, places, creativity, uh, you know, order of new events, redundancies, number, similar to pop beans. So any of you guys are interested to have facilitation skill programs, programs on motivation, programs on MS PowerPoint. MS PowerPoint will have a two set of programs, one on PowerPoint Basic, one on PowerPoint Advanced. And these PowerPoint presentation will be strictly on the basis of trainers creating content who have been, could be rookies also, that could be beginners, could be people like me whose bread and butter has been for more than 12, 13 years because my content has to go to a vice president on an above level and it has to get approved in the first shot without any grammatical mistakes. So this is the level of competency which I believe. So Elroy, you can have a better audience. This is my skill. Any questions? I think we've got 5-10 minutes or the number of minutes you say. The house is open for anybody to everybody. But before you do that, I would request you, please be candid enough. Even if you did not like my program, please be candid enough to write, uh, sir, it was boring. Kya karwa diya aapne? I'm okay with it. If you like it, I would humbly request you with all folded hands, your comments on today's program. My hard work for you guys. Did it make sense to you? Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is.
So Deepinder, the chat has started off with the questions, I guess. So you can just
Okay.
take a look.
Okay, can you please give me some clarity on order? Order usually stands for, at times, hierarchy. There'll be some presentation in which the hierarchy has to be governed, the sequence has to take a second tool. If AWS cloud computing has to get a basic router information first and then the ERP, the router has to come first. The sequence can go later on. If I have to give you a clarity on IT skills first, the IT background will be coming first. It has nothing to do with sequence. Can we have your number, sir? It is 9811959074. Let me type it out for you. I think it was already given in the presentation.
So that will come
Okay.
on the screen.
Minimal number of sentences on a PPT makes it more attractive. Not always, sir, because not everybody would have a frequency or bandwidth of a trainer. Some PPTs required elaboration, but elaboration can always come with uh, some kind of video and audio. I might understand a video better, you might understand an audio better. Really admire your patience with some impatient people and rude ones. I think that's my duty. If I don't do it, I'm not a trainer. That's something which I have to stay with the rest of my life if I'm in a training profession. 5W and 1H was first used by Rudyard Kipling. Thank you so much for implementing the origin one. I really admire you, Raghunathan. My apologies for pronouncing it wrong. I think that's one of my feedback. You implemented it. Thank you so much. Crisp and informative. Thank you, sir. Can we have your number? I've typed it. Very brief, in fact. Shakila, इससे ज़्यादा इस समय मैं नहीं बता सकता हूँ. It was good. It will be helpful to add more value in presentation. Thank you. Your session was amazing. Aditya, Mahatre, very informative. Keep going. God bless you. Thank you for the new things. Preeti, Vichari to everyone. Thank you for informative section. 6W1H concept. It was just like, जब पहले 4P होते थे, फिर 8P हुए marketing में, फिर वो 9th P हुआ. So you can have n number of W's, Y, H, A, B, C, entirely your concept. What, where, when. I think the why is very important. Deepa Rani, thanks. Joshan, thank you. Very crisp. Just W6 question. What is H stands for? Anuradha, H is how. It was very useful, sir. Okay, thank you. Robotics, HV. H is how. H stands for how. Okay. Thank you for Sulbha, Jerome, interesting, energetic. Is bulletin points okay in PPT? Bullet points. The bullet points has to be hardly, if I say if you're using 100 words, maximum bullet points could be 20 to 30. Because of out of 100 words, there are more than 50 bullet points, then the bullet points loses value. This is for Tulisi Priya P. Please do share your number, RTG. It is there on the screen, 9811959074. 9811959074. And American English, 9811959074. Pop bean concept is great to understand. Thank you, Mini Vastava. Good session, Shivendra. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Sanjay. Interesting. Please tell the order of any presentation again. The order of presentation depends on the presentation itself. IT की presentation का order अलग होगा, motivation skills की presentation का order अलग होगा, sales training का presentation order अलग होगा. Bajirama, thanks a lot, sir. Sulasi Manguran, Deepinder ji, good session. Okay, good value addition. Thank you, Enram. Veera Jain. Okay, so Elroy, I think Jaideep Patil a little off the record for anyways. Arvind Sukhija ji, hi. Arvind Sukhija is one of the great persons I know. What is the ideal character size in a PPT? There's no ground rule to any PPT or content. Swastika Jayaprakash. As long as your PPT gives a good message, it works. Rahul Kesirumani to everybody. Okay, good session. Guys, I'll be sharing, you can WhatsApp me, I'll be sharing. I've just launched my YouTube channel as well. And I'll be more aggressive on these, small capsule sessions. Elroy, anything from your end? I hope you like the session. I hope the hard work I did for it was more meaningful to you and the other audience. I hope I was able to do some justice to you guys. All yourself.
So I guess there's a lot of learning that has happened, and I guess it's quite evident from the feedback. Nevertheless, our numbers are on the screen for all those who'd like to give candid feedback or you'd like to give it in person. Please do so. Deepinder's number is mentioned on the screen, and just below that is my number, Elroy Gonsalves. So
I'm sharing my email ID also with you guys. Please feel free to write. My heartfelt gratitude to Elroy Gonsalves. Thank you, Elroy, for having me here. I think I might not be a great trainer, but I might be humble enough to share something for you guys.
It was amazing in terms of learning. So thank you very much, guys. In case you are all okay with the session, then we can close for the day. And looking forward, we thank Deepinder Chawla for his wonderful session. Please be ready for a session on brand management, and we have Manisha Jain who's going to do that session tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. So looking forward to all of you once again at 7:30 p.m. at the learning hour. Right. So thank you very much, and
Thank you, guys.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.